Good morning, friend. I am Neeraj Kumar Dinkar. Today, we will discuss about the risk management. You know that risk management is very good technique to develop your business. If you are working in a safety professional, if you are working in a private sector, working in government sector, as well as you are working in any business, own business, so that is very important for us. Risk management as per the ISO 30,000 30E 1000, and which is each standards meet about the risk management. So now we will talk about the risk management in construction sector, which is related of EHS, environment, health, safety. So how to risk management, that is a very important and topic. Today we will cover in the entire risk, how to risk, what is the risk, and impact, benefit and process of evaluations of risk management. So first we will start about what is the risk. What is the risk? As per if anyone ask these questions, as a safety professionals managers, many peoples are not aware about the what is the risk and what is the hazards, what is the safety. So we have to understand that is a simple things in simple effect of uncertainty on objects, on your objective. Suppose that if you have targeted, you have target, suppose that if you have target zero incidents and uncertainly impact effect on your target, that is a call of risk. And second, we can say examples, second, and we can different topic. Second is a risk is a mathematical calculations, which is depend on the severity and probability. Severity is multiply probability and exposure frequency, how much time you are expose the hazard. Suppose that if you are talking about the construction sector, so you are working, some people, few people who was working, are working on work at height. So how much times expose the hazards, because of they are working on height, that is a hazard. But how much time expose the hazards and multiple severity, means you can say severity, probability, and multiply the exposure frequency, that called risk. And there are total numbers there are type of risks, three type of risk we are considering in our business process: low risk, medium risk, high risk. If you have observed the high risk, then you will have to take safety measures on immediate basis and immediate involve. Moderate risk, also you have to comply, you have to mitigate it. And low risk also, we can and increase the monitoring on low risk, because of we can't zero risk in any activity. We cannot do zero risk, because of risk is every place, every sectors, everywhere. So we can increase our monitoring system. So guys, now we will discuss about the risk sources, source of risk. So what is the cause and event? Source of risk, cause and event. In case of any problems, any deviations happens, that is a call of, that is a source of risk. And threatening, some peoples may be threatening in your organization, that is a part of risk. But risk is a two types. One is a positive and negative, both are in both are risk. calculations is there, because of that in in our ISO 45001 2018, there is mentioned the risk risk assessments, means there is last column added in the risk of opportunity. Opportunity is a positive, and that is a call of positive. Suppose that if you have taken everything, but we have to opportunity improvement, that is a call of positive thing. So risk, we can calculate two types of risk: negative and positive. Suppose that one, we will we understand about the some few examples. If you are a working in safety, working a business construction sector as a safety managers and officers, you have observed some few people are doing the something wrong, but they have opportunity to some things positive thing. Suppose that they are doing wrong, but they are using something new technology for the any work. So that is a call of uh, which types of opportunity you have observed, that is a call of opportunity of improvement. So right now we are discussing about the source of hazard, source of risk. So there are many types of source of risk, because of if you are working in construction project as a safety professional, so there are multiple activity ongoing in your project. Suppose that is scaffolding, concreting work, settling work, confined space, electrical work, lifting works, plastering works, masonry work, and expressions work. So there are multiple activity ongoing. Which scope of work, that is a source of risk, because of if you are going to start the work, there is a risk. Suppose that one bike, if one we know we can and let us know by one example. Suppose that if you have bike bike park on your parking area, but there did not did not stay and the bike key on your bike, but someone take your key for your bike, and they are going to start, means risk will be start. If bike park on parking lot, there is no risk. If even start someone's and key enter in your bike, risk will be start. So same things you can imagine in that. If you are going to start any activity, there may might be risk, low risk, high risk, depend on the work activity. So that is a very important and source of the risk in your premises, in your construction project. So there are some different right now we have already discussed about the threatening. Threatening is a big risk, and that is a very hidden hazard, a hidden risk. Suppose that if you are going to, if that is a very hidden risk, we can talk about the what is the threatening. We can understand the Mahabharata. Mahabharata, Draupadi say to Duryodhan, Duryodhan uh, uh, blinds of fathers, same blinds of son, mean अंधे का बेटा अंधा ही है. That is a big threatening. So imagine that only one words huge, and there is create a big Mahabharata. So what is the importance of words? What is the risk of your threatening and something's wrong words using? So that is also source of a risk in your premises. So don't use the unparliament words and offensive words in your premises. So that is a source of risk. Vulnerables and capability. What is the vulnerables? Suppose that your premises there are internal communications, external communications, someone's coming from your project, someone interested to you, or some things going wrong. That is a vulnerable risk and capability. Indicator and emergence indicators and emerging the risk. Suppose that if you are working in your organization, some two contractors are there and both contractors merge in one company, so there will be risk created. Suppose that if you are going to multiple activity, you are merge all activity one place, creating creating additional risk in your premises. So that is a social threatening. Welfare welfare is very important. You know that earlier we have already discussed, that is a very big risk creators. If risk perceptions will be high if you are not providing proper resource, proper adequate welfare facility for the worker in your premises, there are risk perceptions will be increased. That is a very important things you have to understand, so that we have provided proper workers welfare facility. And time to time, so you have to understand what is the social things surrounding the area going on. Next we have work pressure. So you know that work pressure is also a big source of the create a high risk in your premises, but we don't identify the pressures of work. Suppose that if you are a safety professional, so you are preparing here, but don't have right the work. If in case of work pressures will be what will be impact on our work premises. So that is a major source of work pressure. Organizations factors, some organizations factor your cultures of work. If you are working any organizations, there is no safety system, so no cultures, that may be create of additional risk in your premises. Personal factors, people's working in your premises, they don't have training, they are not eligible to work, they don't understand about the what is the hazards risk and anything, so don't know process of work. So that is a creating of risk in your premises, that is a source of risk in your premises. Suppose the personal factors, suppose the behavior, some peoples are like the very attitude and arrogant peoples, that is also create a risk. Suppose that your managers, your DGM, GM, directors, they are very arrogant people. If you are talk, they are aggressively talk, and that is also creating a risk in your premises. So that is it, that all are scum, that all are source of risk in your premises. Now we will discuss about the risk management, how to manage the risk in your premises, how to management a good things. If you are not manage the risk in your premises, that may be create a big blunder and maybe happen a fatality in your premises. Already if you are a safety professional, you are also aware about the, if do not have any systems and you are not managing the risk, that may be call of, you are calling to accidents, you are alarm, if you are not getting mitigate the risk, then you are alarming to a big accident in your premises. So how to mitigate the risk, how to management the risk, we will discuss. First you should identify the risk. You know that if you are a safety professional already preparing HERA, hazard risk assessment, hazard identifications, identifications of the risk, already clear mentions in the ISO 45001 and anywhere hazard identity HERA. That is a part of risk management. Identify the risk in your premises. First thing, if you don't have if you did not identify the risk, then you cannot do the anything. You cannot control in your or risk. So first you should identify the risk. What types of risk? High, moderate, low. So you are right. People choose to identify the risk in your premises. Next, risk analysis. Risk analysis: how many major risk are there, how many minor risk are there, how many low risk are there. So analysis you and evaluate all those types of risk you have identified, mitigate them. And after mitigate, you have to increase the monitoring system on regular basis. What are the risk going on, what are the risk increasing, what are the risk mitigating. So you have to increase the monitoring system. And as well as per the ISO 45001 clear mentions consultations and participation. So you have to take time to time consultations from the workers and participations, involvement of senior management for the mitigating those types of risk in your premises. That is very important things. So guys, how to risk mitigate? There are three category, three parameters you can consider: identify the risk, and analysis the risk, and and evaluate the risk, and increasing the monitoring and involvement of consultations, participations of worker, and involvement of management. So that is a good technique for assessment your risk and mitigate the risk. Now we will discuss about the how to identify the risk. As per the discuss, you have to identify the source, what types of risk you have to mention, and proper record. Risk analysis: how to risk analysis means you have to identify the how many numbers of risk you have observed, and analysis the moderate and moderate, high, already done. And risk review: how risk review, by the you have to maintain the risk register, you have to maintain the how many risk mitigate, share to the peoples those are involved in the risk, and avoid them. If you have identified, then share to those peoples working in risk area. You have to conduct safety trainings, you have to conduct awareness training, safety alertness, and avoid it, not repeating. So that is a call of risk management. So now we will discuss about the risk assessments. So structures, semi structures, by the how to assessment, by the interview, interactions, and brainstorming, and consequences, likelihood, probability, severity, exposures, frequency. You have to prepare checklist. What types of checklist about the risk management? Suppose that if you are working in scaffolding, then you have prepared the checklist for the what types of risk, and what is the controls measures you are going to take taking. So there are many techniques of risk management. Suppose the HIRA, hazard identification, so that is a good technique to reduce your risk. And FTA, a faulty analysis, FEMA, failure mode, effective. So that is also part of HAZOP, that is also part of risk management. So there are many techniques you have to, but most popular is HIRA is very most popular and effective. And FEMA is also effective if you are working in any industry area. So they are a good technique for the improvement. And risk metrics, you know that 1 5 to 5 into 5, some different organizations, different type of risk metric if preparing. So you have to prepare minimum 5 to 5, and at least you can go ahead high risk, and fix the risk metrics, make the risk metrics charts in your premises. And after that, monitoring, measurings measurings and improving your risk management, find more suitable assessments. Next, improvement worker competency, increase the safety awareness, increase the motivational program, increase the incident investigations report, increase the near misses is report preparing. If you don't have prepared the near misses report, you have to start prepare. And what is the root cause, you have to incorporate it in your report, so that maybe reduce your risk in your premises, learn from your mistakes, and involve your involve risk management and decisions properly. If you have identified the risk, you have to take decision. If don't have you don't have take don't did not take the decision, so that maybe no needs to be a benefit for your organization. So create a culture and involve the all those people working in your premises, and as well as the open discussions to everyone regarding the risk management, regarding the project risk, even cost risk, even health safety risk, welfare risk, even internal, external, client, every risk must be discussed in your premises and mitigate them. So guys, as per the ISO 31000, there are a special mental, especially for the risk management in your premises. Thanks for guys.